He wasn't even mine. Belonged to the neighbors, technically. But they let him roam, and somehow he always found his way to my porch, especially on the hard days. I never called him, never offered treats or coaxed him to stay. But he'd come anyway, as if something in him just knew. Like the day everything fell apart. When the email arrived and I sat frozen at the kitchen table, unsure whether to scream, cry, or disappear. That's the day he showed up. Climbed the 3 steps like he lived here, laid down by the door without asking permission. Didn't bark, didn't paw at me, just settled. I watched him through the screen, not moving. He looked back with those soft, steady eyes, the kind that hold space without trying to fix you. And I breathed, for the first time that afternoon. Eventually, I opened the door. He didn't rush in, just looked up, waited. So I sat beside him, cross-legged on the porch, back against the wall. We said nothing, but he leaned his warm body against my leg, firm, solid, like a heartbeat I didn't know I needed. And in that quiet wait, I cried. Not dramatically, not loudly, just tears that had waited too long. He didn't flinch, didn't shift, just stayed, and something in me unclenched. The next day he came again, same time, same silence, and then again and again. He never asked questions, never needed me to be cheerful or productive or okay. He just offered presence, a kind of loyalty that didn't require performance. One morning, after a long night of spiraling thoughts and restless pacing, I found him already waiting on the porch. His tail wagged once, slow, gentle. Then he lay his head on my foot. I whispered, "I don't know how to be better." He exhaled. It felt like understanding. Maybe love doesn't always come with language. Maybe healing doesn't always require words. Sometimes it's a body beside yours, a shared silence, a gaze that says, "You don't have to explain." He stayed part of my life for months, not every day, but often enough that the absence of his visits felt like something was missing. And then one day, he didn't come. I waited, checked the porch, even walked over to the neighbor's fence. They said he'd passed unexpectedly in his sleep. I nodded, swallowed hard, said, "Thank you," though I don't know if they understood what I meant. That night I sat on the porch alone, felt the empty spot beside me, and still felt the comfort. Still felt the weight of those days he carried me, not with words, but with presence. So now whenever life gets heavy again, I go to the porch. I sit in the same spot, and I remember how to breathe. Because one quiet dog taught me something it took years to learn. You are allowed to fall apart and still be loved exactly as you are.